Sauce on the beat.
What's going on social media? This is Christian Montalvo coming to you live from, we're not live, right? You got me. Coming to you on this recording. This is going to be the first of many podcasts. Are we revealing the name yet? Or?
I think we are. I think we're going to reveal the name, yes.
By the way, this is not rehearsed. It's not scripted. As you can see, we're coming to a disagreement already. I don't think we should release it yet.
Why not?
Because there's going to be people out there that are going to go and probably pick up the LLC and get in front of us.
We already did that. We're way ahead of them.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did do that. No, we're not going to reveal it. So, guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Christian
Montalvo. And this is brought to you by you.
It's not. No. What are you doing right now?
I'm listening to Christian Montalvo.
That's crazy. So, yeah. Talk about throwing me off. My name is Christian Montalvo. For those of you that don't know me, had a podcast before, had a radio show before. We were just kind of itching for the opportunity to... Can you stop touching your beverage?
I'm not touching anything.
You're getting me nervous touching your beverage.
No, I touch you.
So, yeah. So, we started a radio show not too long ago, and it was pretty successful. It was pretty good, but there was some schedule conflicts, and my other co-hosts could no longer do it, and myself, everybody got busy. And, I was at an event, and someone said, you know what, you got the personality to start a podcast. I was like, you don't say. You don't say. I was like, really? Of course.
I don't believe that.
No way. And the person tells me, you should start a podcast. I'm like, wow, like, okay, I mean, cool. And then you said,
Were you paying them for that?
You said someone told you should start a podcast or a radio show.
You're absolutely right.
Who told you?
One of my clients, and I do marketing.
What did they say?
So my client actually told me that I have a voice that is mesmerizing.
It's not.
Well, I'm just saying.
I've seen this guy edit voices and they sound completely different. So if it's mesmerizing, it's because he edited. But
So what he felt like,
Yeah.
he said that when he was having a bad day, he would simply just call. And no matter what, matter of fact, he was calling to complain about something that we had done for him. Called me, I talked to him, and the first words out of my mouth was, hey, his name, Vic is his name. And he's like, you know what? Every time I hear your voice, I get motivated to do some stuff. And so I said, well, tell me more about this.
That's a lie. Did you pay him to say that?
He pays me, actually.
Oh, he pays you.
So I was like, you know what? What do you mean by that? And he's like, you just have this voice that is so captivating and mesmerizing, that everybody just wants to listen.
Not me. He's got a crush on me or what? What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm doing good business for him.
Okay.
So when you told me about this podcast idea that you had,
Maybe you're undercharging him and he wants to keep you happy. So he needs to butter you up a little bit. Oh, you got to mesmerize your voice.
I actually just increased the charge. So,
Okay.
but anyway, and then when we had talked, you were like, we should do this podcast.
Well, I didn't say we. I said, I'm going to do a podcast. And you were like, oh, yeah, maybe you should include me in it. I was like,
Well, weren't we at a French restaurant? We said we.
wait. Yes.
So I said we should do this podcast.
Which means, yes, we should do this podcast.
Yes. Well, we is you and I.
No.
We is French for together.
But quite frankly,
We.
knowing that you're the techie part of stuff,
Oh, yes.
it took us 2.5 hours to set this up, by the way.
That is.
Since you're the techie guy on this thing, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? What the heck?
And so now here we are.
Right.
And then after a great night, you had this epiphany.
Ooh, say that again. It sounds good.
After a great night, going out. Yes, you.
Christian Montalvo.
Had an epiphany.
You know what I mean? It's like, first time you said great.
Okay, great.
Great.
Epiphany.
Great.
Now, you didn't remember what you said,
I do remember.
but since I am your, what would I would say?
Right-hand man.
Right, hey, man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
Larry.
I was going to say something like, I'm like, you're grooming me.
You're the guy behind the guy.
Okay. I'll take that.
You're the guy behind the guy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's good.
You're the man behind the man.
Yes, I like to say that I'm like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain to making the man stand out.
I don't think I ever saw The Wizard of Oz.
It's a very good show. We'll have to watch it.
So, you mean a movie? It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
Anyway, so one day you were saying, you know what? I have this great, you had this epiphany, and you said this great idea
Well, hang on.
of a show.
Let's backtrack a little bit. You had an idea about
Which about this you good with?
relationships, dating, seeing women, or I mean, 2024. I don't know what
That's the only way.
happening over there.
Sorry to break your heart.
So you said, let's talk about dating. And I said, no, because at the end of the day, like we want to be able to bring value to a community. And my community has always been like the entrepreneur, the self-motivated, people that want to go out and hustle, people that want to go out and do something different than the Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So I wanted to do business. You wanted to do relationship stuff like coaching or whatever. And then what did I say? That was a great idea.
After a couple of cigars and possibly drinks, you had this great epiphany, and you said, you know what? Why don't we do a show that intermingles the two? Because, and I quote, you said, because being in a relationship and when you're in business, sometimes if you're not in a good relationship in business, it falls apart. And I said, Christian, that's a brainiac idea. I love it.
I mean, that's why I get paid the big bucks, guy. That's why I'm the man. I'm the man in front of the man. Yeah.
That's why you're the headband.
Yeah.
And then after a couple shots, you forgot the idea.
Right.
Chicken nuggets, couple chicken nuggets later.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it was such an epiphany
Watch this. Yeah.
that I remembered it.
The man behind the man.
Remembered it.
And he had my back. And he said, you had a great idea. I said, what was it? And then he told me, I was like, dude, that's fire. That's good. I love that.
And we all can agree. Being in a relationship, being in business, somewhat the same. Closing, if you're single, closing a deal is almost
Deep.
closing like a date.
Damn.
So we look at it because we all know it takes skills in business
Yeah.
to get clients,
Right.
and it takes skills, interpersonal skills, to get that next partner that you want to be with. But at the end of the day, we also want to make sure that the relationship is going to work.
Yeah.
So we talk about business, and we're also, as Christian says, he's about elevating individuals in business.
Elevate.
And what we want to do is elevate what we have
Elevate.
and bring that to each other
So we can motivate.
and hopefully all grow together.
Yeah, I like that's a great idea. So I've seen a lot of deals fall apart and businesses fall apart. I've been I've been a victim of that too, where I was in a business relationship with someone and not knowing the toxicity behind that person. It kind of blew up in my face after the fact, after business, after sales, after LLCs, and then, unfortunately, we had to part ways. Well, fortunately, we had to part ways. It's just, I was thinking about that, not all money is good money. Not all business is good business, and not all relationships in business are good ones for you.
But it's ironic that nobody really talks about, we talk about toxic relationships, but nobody talks about toxic business relationships. So that's a very, very important thing that you just brought about.
Hey.
We might have had another epiphany.
No. But anyways, if you guys have ever been in a toxic business relationship and you would like to come on the show, obviously we're not going to blast anyone. Otherwise, I'll be saying, but I'm not going to do that, right? Because we're not those type of people. Can you bleep it out if I say his name?
I can believe it.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Unless they're one of our product sponsors.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. No.
If they're product sponsors, we won't beep them.
If you've had like a bad relationship, it could also be like a romantic relationship, interpersonal relationship where someone holds you back from meeting your true potential. Maybe someone is not as positive or as aware, or maybe they're not savvy. They don't have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Or maybe they're insecure. Because usually insecure people don't want to see you grow, because then you'll elevate yourself, and they don't know how to elevate themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like the what do they call it? Like the crab syndrome, where someone's trying to, you put a whole bunch of crabs in a bucket and they're trying to get out, but there's always other ones pulling the one that's trying to get out down.
Never had crabs.
The same thing, yeah. So I recently, I've had this on and off relationship with a female, and it's tough when you are the entrepreneur work all kinds of hours, do all kinds of stuff, make crazy money. But someone is more secure on the Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 type of deal. Like, it's kind of difficult to have a relationship that way because sometimes I don't feel like they understand what it takes. They don't understand the hustle.
And I agree with that because you know what? In an entrepreneur mindset, if you don't grind, you don't eat. But in a 9 to 5, you check in, you go, you sit down, do whatever you do, and you get a paycheck.
Right.
So an entrepreneur, if you don't grind, you don't eat.
You don't eat.
And that is a very, very hard, me personally, very hard. Sometimes you're not eating at all. Sometimes you're eating ramen.
Feast or famine.
But
Yeah.
when your back's up against the wall, there's only one way to go forward.
Yeah.
And that's forward.
There's a public speaker, Les Brown, says that if you're going to fall, make sure you fall on your back because you're always facing up. The only way that you're going to get up from that is to go up because you're already on the floor. Hey, funny thing, I remember a guy, buddy of mine, I used to work at a law firm. I said, Alex, why would you kick a man when he's down? He said, that's the best time to kick him. He's already on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right? Those are my friends. So, so
Hopefully he's done too.
the show is going to be about,
I would say the show's going to be about the interpersonal relations, not only between business, but also relationships. And what we like to do, because we're not the experts, but we like to at least shed some light on our personal experiences, what we've seen in business, what we've seen in our personal relationship, what works, what doesn't work. We're not the gurus of either one, but we do have some firm understanding of what works in business, and we're a work in progress, or at least I am, in the relationship department.
speaking of which, talk to us more about that.
What about?
Are you currently single, seeing a toxic person, seeing a made-up person?
You know what? I unfortunately, I'm like the toxic person,
Oh,
and that is bad karma.
we should talk about manifestations because you were asking me the other day, manifestations, is it real? Is it more like, kind of make-believe stuff? But it's funny you say that because when you say that, that's what you attract.
You know what? I don't say that I want the right thing,
But you're
so
talking
maybe I
about
should manifest it.
You're talking about something that you're giving it energy to that one thing.
No, you know what? I've just realized the toxicity of this individual. So just truth be known, I've just recently, one person that I've been with for quite a long time, had a substance abuse problem. Really hard bit.
You did?
No, she did.
Oh. Wait, it's a she?
It's a she.
I didn't know.
100%.
I didn't know how to
100.
ask you, like,
That's okay. I know.
2024.
It's okay. It's a she.
How do you ask?
Anyway,
How do you ask Steven?
went to rehab emotionally and
Wait, hold up. It's 2024. When you say she, it could really be a he.
No,
Identified. No, wait. No, you got to get me out, though. It could be a he identified as a she. So when you say she, I'm probably confused.
it's a she. Would you like the name?
Make up a name.
Well, I mean, I can make it up.
Nicole, Kim, Mary,
Whatever. It doesn't
Susie.
matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Wow, like that's not a verified
What would you like? Pictures?
AI.
Okay, we can do pictures.
It's all AI. Anyways.
But anyway, female.
Okay.
And what hurts, and this is just recent, sting, which I haven't shared with you.
Well, which one is it? Does it hurt? Does it sting?
It's both. The thing is, I could make all the excuses in the world for the past behaviors because of a substance. But now I'm realizing, and part of my French, that this,
Whoa. We speak American here.
very good.
Good old
So pardon my language.
good old fashioned, homegrown, have a conversation at the coffee table American.
Okay, well, this is the coffee table turn. So I realized that before the prior experiences, I would go ahead and excuse them because substances.
Right.
But now I'm realizing this person deep down at her core is a true,
Whoa.
and that
What did I just say?
hurts.
Why?
Why?
Why would we talk that way about females?
Because when you have a
half our audience is gone now.
well,
Half our audience is gone.
I'm not saying,
All the females are gone
oh, I'm sorry.
because you're using that term.
Well, I didn't mean it in a derogatory term.
After I stopped you twice, you still came back and said it.
No, I only said it once.
No, I stopped you like 2 times. Preventing you from saying it.
My point is, when an individual acts with malice, is that a better term?
No, I mean, which one is
Acts
it?
with a bet.
You already dropped the B word, so which one is it? Individual or the B word?
It's the B word.
You know what? Beep that out.
I will.
Beep it out.
I will.
Even though the audience is smart enough to understand what you said.
I will.
But go ahead.
But this epiphany I had in the last day or so is that this individual is now without the substances and is now truly that B word. And I used to use the substances to cover up for actions. So it hurts me at my core. And let me tie this in, because I thought she was different. Just like in business, when you pick a partner and you don't see their true colors and you give them a benefit of the doubt.
This is gonna turn.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna turn into a really good show. So you said you had a long-term relationship with this person. You didn't see it all these past years.
Again, as I mentioned, I use the excuse of the substances
Why are you using the excuse and she wasn't using the excuse?
because I personally, unfortunately, one of my terrible traits, I look for the good in everybody.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what I've learned, and I think in business, and this is one thing that I have to elevate myself, too personal.
Steven didn't think this show is gonna be like that. I'm about to
Oh, I'm good.
twist a little bit. So let me ask you this.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me make my point. You were making excuses for her and her behavior for years
Yes.
when she should have been the one taking
Accountability.
100% accountability. And now you're making excuses for your behavior towards her.
No, not making excuses for my behavior.
You just said,
I said that, okay, you're right.
got him. Because now you're saying, well, the reason why I did this was because of that. Now you're making excuses for your behavior. And what you really did is you fueled more of that toxicity in her because you never checked her. Damn, good. My job is done here, guys. You know what? Let's just do.
So can
one-
I go home and cry now?
Let's do one and done. Let's do like this is the only show we're ever gonna make. I hope you got some value. Thank you to our sponsors, whatever our sponsors are. Yeah,
Plug it all.
you gotta bleep that out. You can't do that.
No.
Unless you want to get sued. But anyway, would you be willing to accept my opinion on what I just said?
Yes, to a certain degree, but yes.
Well, I would either do or we don't. We don't just maybe it. Do we take responsibility or not?
For me fueling the fire?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's all. I just want to make myself feel better than you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
My job is done.
I'm pretty good. I know.
No. So I'm going through the same situation with a particular female, and I'm preaching to myself right now because I've done the same thing. Like I just let it go and let it go and let it go, and then hopefully she'll get better. And hopefully, if she reads this audiobook and she just, it's not. You've got to be able to cut ties at some point. You got to cut your losses, whether it's in business or in romance, and just walk away.
And I agree with you 100%. Unfortunately, before, my brain looks at relationships and business differently. Now, I look at them honestly the same. Because if it was an employee doing the same thing that this individual was doing, would have fired them immediately. So I look at the mirror and I say, why didn't I cut this person out of my business, meaning my life, when she was doing all this?
Moment.
And so I've learned that the two personalities of myself, because I used to tell individuals when I met, oh, there's two parts of me. There's a business side, there's a personal side. And the business side is this way. Oh, but if you're in a relationship with me, you'll never see that. Screw that. What I've learned, there should be only one side of me. And me being an entrepreneur, and me being business oriented, and me having things that I've done where I've been a business consultant looking for inefficiencies of business, I have an eye to see what that is. If an employee is stealing, I can tell you clearly. And what would I do with that employee? Fire them. So now I'm to the point, there is no two sides of me. There is just one side. And I'm not having to subdue the side, the analytical, the cutthroat side. And now there's just me, the business side.
So what's the guy's name that you've been seeing for years now?
It's not a guy, it's a girl. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I disappointed you, Christian.
oh yeah.
I know you look at me like with those start.
No worries. So, yeah, you can get a sense of what the show's going to be about. The show's going to be about business and relationships. And I think they do play a major part in some of the things that we get involved with. If you are romantically involved with someone because you like them, for them, their personality, their traits, their character, their values, but they don't necessarily align with your business or entrepreneurial values, then it's going to cause some conflict in a relationship, I believe. Some people make it work. I don't know how they do it. Where a guy's 100%, or the gal, she's 100% a business owner, and then the opposite spouse is not. They're just a supportive spouse. So, yeah, I can see how difficult that could be. Another thing is that if you are in a romantic relationship and the business side is a bit affected, what about the people who are in business and things aren't working out there? What do we do in that case? How do we analyze it?
Well, that's a little bit easier. Unfortunately, honestly, that we look at the same thing. Like when we're a business person, seeing that I do the prior business consultant work, we look at certain things because individuals could have the best idea in the world, but don't get into market, meaning marketing. And so whatever their product is never gets to the right audience. And therefore, they never get off the ground. So I wish their relationships were the same way, but maybe it's the way we market ourselves that maybe gets us into a better relationship. Don't know.
I don't know how we went that route, but I'm going to follow it. I'm going to follow that rabbit hole. One of the things that I've always preached about, I used to work for one of the major builders out in San Antonio. I used to sell in 31 different subdivisions. I did pretty well. A couple of the things that I learned, and this is not a jab at anyone, it's not a stab at anyone. If you're taking this personal, this message is not for you. This message was not meant for you. Disregard it, delete me, block me, do whatever you want. But there's two things that I've always preached, especially to real estate agents. There's 15,000, 15,000 registered real estate agents and brokers in San Antonio. And unfortunately, not everybody's making money. Unfortunately, not everyone. It's only a handful of people that are making money. I believe that a handful of people that are making money have three key areas. Number one, they have a mindset. They have a positive, optimistic, I'm going to invest in myself and my products and my tools for this trade. They have that mindset first. Second of all, they have marketing skills. And if they don't have marketing skills, then they're going to hire someone who does, like Steven. Or if they have marketing, but they don't have sales skills, tools, techniques, they don't know how to close someone, then they're going to struggle in the business. So you need the right mindset to invest in yourself, have the proper tools. You need to be able to market correctly, and you need to be able to close your prospective clients correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. This business is not for you. In fact, entrepreneurship in general is not for you. I'm not just talking about real estate. Anything you do in the entrepreneurial space, you're going to need those three major skills. What are your thoughts on that, Stevie?
I would very much agree. I mean, I had a business that I started, was doing very well. It was a one-hit home run. Someone threw me a pitch, knocked it out of the freaking park. COVID happened, unfortunately. Then the market changed, and I had to scramble. Now, this prior person, I will say this, that we talked about, she did say one thing. And a lot of things that she did is actually changed a lot of my perspective. But anyway, what she said was that, I thought you were an entrepreneur. You should be able to make another business successful. That pushed me to do it, but it's not easy. I learned how to market because I learned that no matter what the product I was, if I didn't learn how to market my business, then it wouldn't be successful. That's why I self-taught myself marketing, things of that nature. I've been a closer. I know the sales, and I fully agree with what Christian says. I've always been a closer. So I knew how to cover one of the aspects of what he's saying, how to close, knew how to make the deal. But as Christian knows, one of my shortcomings is not being able to, I'm a closer. I don't like the cold call or the introduction or that stuff. I'd rather be all set up for me, come in, do the boardroom, and let's close the deal. But that's not reality when you're a solopreneur and you have to do it all by yourself.
That's a great point. That's a good point. So what exactly do you do, Sid?
I actually own a marketing agency. So we do digital marketing. We do marketing for small businesses. I actually have clients that are coaches that do a variety of different things. And I bring their message or their vision to reality and to the masses.
Nice. Good stuff. All right. And if anyone wanted to reach you, how do they reach you?
They can reach me at prcreative.solutions. Yes, that's prcreative.solutions. There's no .com. It is different, just like me. I'm very different. And when you get me, you'll see that. I do things that are very different, very out of the box, because I believe in the marketing space, everybody's competing for the same dollars. Just like Christian said, there's a surplus of real estate agents. You got to do something to make yourself stand out. So whether it's my graphics, whether it's my copy, it's always going to be something that stands out and resonates and hopefully leaves a lasting impression with the clients.
Nice. So here's something that, as you were talking, it reminded me of a book. Have you ever read? Are you big on reading books?
Used to be.
Okay. So number one, invest in yourself, personal development. I'm going to recommend this book. The book is entitled Who Moved My Cheese? And what happens in certain businesses is that the business dies down, COVID happened, different season, different legislation. Something happened where that business was no longer profitable, wasn't making any money. There are people in this world that will sit around and wait for the business to get better. The market conditions, the economy, the pandemic, the something. They sit around and they wait and wait and wait instead of going out and finding new cheats. And sometimes you have to pivot. And I am not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed by any way. Some people that know me from social media, they probably know me from my builder days. I was selling brand new homes, construction homes. Then I think right before that, I did alarm sales, door-to-door sales. And then after the builder days, I did solar sales, door knocking, cold calling, all that stuff. I dabbled in a couple of different multi-level marketing, direct selling companies. Now I'm fortunate to be in a different position where we talk about fun stuff, vacation, exotic places, luxury style condos all over the world. So I've been blessed with that business. It fell in my lap. So it was a true blessing. It's been a life changer for me. I don't see myself doing anything else other than what I'm doing now. So my point is this, is that if I would have stuck around the alarm days or the new build days, waiting for things to change, instead of adapting to market conditions, I would still be there waiting around and probably broke. So it's always good to be able to reinvent yourself. It's always good to be able to start over again. There's nothing wrong with that because like your friend, girlfriend, yeah. Just the same way that she said, hey, if you started a business before, you can do it again. The same skill sets, they go to different businesses. It doesn't matter what the product or service is. If you know those three key areas, you can be successful anywhere.
And I would agree with that. But this is what I did, as we prefaced earlier. What I learned is probably one of the most critical skills in any business. Closing, you can be taught. Variety of different things you can be taught. But the marketing, getting your message to the masses or captivating the interest of your buyers, because leads is the fuel of any business. So what I learned is the most skill that I would be able to do and mastered it. Because now if I could grow a business and get leads for a very, very small niche, then I can get it for Joe Blow's roofing service, John Doe's plumbing service where there's a infinite need for their services. So that's why I went and pivoted to marketing, because I learned it was a skill that I could use anytime, anywhere, whether it's entrepreneurship or even in the corporate world.
As long as the prospect has the understanding that they have to invest in themselves. Because if they don't believe in investing in themselves, in getting a marketing agency like yourself, then what's the point? We're never going to get to marketing. We're definitely never going to get to sales.
True. And true. Unfortunately, I've been blessed with the help of my buddy Christian to at least be introduced to open-minded individuals that have a need, have somewhat of a desire, and then when I deliver that impactful, different, and to see the results, then they buy in to the message. But it does take persuasiveness, at least to keep them open-minded.
Right. What? Am I single? Yes, I am, ladies. I'm glad you just asked that question. I am very single and ready to mingle on a domingo. Give me a call. The number's...
On a domingo?
Yeah.
I think you're ready to go all the time.
Ready to mingle all the time. But anyways. Yeah, ladies. So if you want to do some business with us, please let us know. We are looking for sponsors. We already have a studio set up. This was really like on a whim. Like we just say, hey, let's set up the equipment. Let's do something as an introduction. We'll put it out there, and then we'll kind of give people a little bit of an idea on what it is that we're going to be talking about on our podcast. So the name of the podcast is... I'm not gonna say it. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
But we dropped some hints.
Yeah, we're gonna hold that.
Oh, we dropped some hints. If you were listening, maybe they get a freenie. Something.
No. So,
all right.
So guys, that's pretty much it. This was just like a little trial run. We wanted to see, one, we're just testing out equipment, first of all. Two, we wanted to give you a general idea of what we're going to be talking about on our podcast. But more than likely, we're going to be doing this at a studio. We do have a studio ready to go. We just wanted to set up, come out, and talk a little bit with you guys and let you know exactly what to expect. If you guys have an interest in possibly joining us as a guest speaker on the podcast, please let us know. If you have an interest on promoting your business as a sponsor, please let us know as well. We'll be happy to work with you, especially if you're a small business, entrepreneur, solopreneur. We would love to help out small business. Our heart has always been a small business, and this podcast is not going to change that. So my name is Christian Montalvo with my
right-hand man, Stephen Hurrick.
With the man behind the man.
The right-hand man. Although I am on the left.
You're on the right.
Oh, I was looking at the camera.
That's still on the right.
Oh, wow. My bad.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
My bad.
Jeez.
I'm still getting emotional. He hurt me. That impactful statement still hurts.
He said, be yourself. Okay.
Ow.
Got him.
Ow.
Got him.
Fucking bull.
Whoa. Beep,
Whoa.
beep, 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 beep.
It hurt.
You know what? Give us your insight. Give us your input. You know what? Give us your input on this. Mr. from the street over here.
From the hood.
Mr.
West side.
Mr. Marbach in 410.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Wasn't by Barbach.
This guy thinks is okay.
No, nothing.
Well, no, he wants to drop.
Not once.
He wants to.
Not once.
He wants to.
Not once.
He wants
Not
to drop
once.
all kind of profanity
No.
on the show.
We're not.
And I told him we're
once.
not going to do that.
When
And he said, fine, I agree with you. He told me this like 20 times. Fine, we'll do it your way. Fine, Christian, we'll agree. Fine. And what is the first thing you do? Frack.
Not the first thing. We're actually 30 minutes into the show before I drop the footage.
Yeah, still.
But
man.
what I say is this.
Here's the question. Nobody cares about it. Hey, here's the question. Do you think that we're going to repel business owners and entrepreneurs by having that type of language?
Or do you appreciate the authenticity of an individual? Because what happens, you get me raw, just like the onions that you had for freaking dinner I can smell right now. But you get me raw. You get me raw in your face. Love it or leave it. And that's
That's the problem. They're gonna leave the show And I'm part owner of the show. That's the problem.
Well, my
Who cares? You do your own
But
show.
my clients, they love that authenticity because it shows.
One guy who says you have a soothing
guy.
One guy who said you have a soothing voice
So
and
let
you
me-
start a podcast.
So let me
One
talk-
day, now you're saying all of your audience.
Well, let's talk
your
about
clients.
let's talk about another win of one of my clients. Another client that you introduced me to, which I do appreciate. I've had another client, 3 clients.
always making the right connections.
But this guy never ever,
It use guides.
never ever did marketing. Unfortunately, I have a great message to convey, but never did marketing the automatic way. Did the manual marketing or the rise and grind, trying to grow his business the hard way. And it is done exceptionally well. But yesterday, we made that client smile from ear to ear because he saw what the marketing efforts we did produced for his team. Knocked it all at the ballpark. We watched, we looked, we saw Christian and I were there.
We came, we saw, we conquered.
We saw the engagement of his employees all smiling, as opposed to the last time we were there. Not so much smiling. So, what they like is the authenticity. And you know what? I understand some of my stuff might be a little bit brash. It's a big word for you. But what you get is the best.
Nobody knows you from Joe down the street. That's the problem.
But I'm not Joe.
Nobody knows who you are. Like if you're Gary Vee, you could drop F-bombs all day long, but you're not.
I'm not Gary and I'm not Joe.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
But what's it to pull?
no, listen, when you've got the credentials, when you got the skills on the wall, when you got millions in the bank, and you're internationally recognized as a speaker, you can say that.
You didn't recognize me as Vin Diesel? Oh, my bad.
Hey, how do you live your life?
One day at a time.
No, Steve.
Quarter mile at a time.
Oh my God, you can't even do that, bro.
Hey, but I do have a day.
Let's try it again.
What is it, a quarter mile at a time?
How do you live your life?
A quarter mile at a time. How did the like American Muslim?
Oh man, it's so stupid. But anyway, what we're saying, I think we're saying goodbye.
Want to see the Vin Diesel?
No, we don't want to see the Bendis.
Look at this.
So guys, we're gonna be on the air every either Wednesday or Thursday, midweek. We're gonna edit. We're probably gonna drop it. I don't know. We'll drop it sometime. But yeah,
There's a toxic one.
are we looking at throws on your laptop, or are we finalizing the show?
We're finalizing.
Okay. Final thoughts. Final goodbyes.
We appreciate we hope that we can help you in any way or that you can help us. I look forward to everything and the growth. Amen. And God bless America.
Remember the OTVs? They would end like at 2 a.m. with the
Yeah, you don't even want to know. My parents are watching at 2 a.m. It's probably what screwed up. It's probably what screwed up my brain, bro.
Anyway, yeah, Christian Montalvo, we're gonna go ahead and sign out. It's been real.
And it's been raw,
It's been fun.
like the onions.
But with Steven, it hasn't been real fun. But you'll get more of us. We're actually looking on to bring on a female to give us a different perspective, different energy on the show. We've already we have talks with some.
Yeah, I feel
We have talks with someone in the moment, and yeah. So if you guys are looking to get on the show as a guest, or you want us to shout out your business, or you want to come on as a sponsor, depending on what your business is, if we like it, love it, and we think that it needs the attention that it could get through our podcast, broadcasting to social medias and YouTube and websites and all that good jazz, then we will definitely bring you on. Christian Montalvo for our podcast that shall not be named at this time. We can only say that the keyword that was dropped, I'll give you the initial. Elevate. That's the initial.
the initial. That is the word.
Yeah, elevate. Yeah.
Initial would be
Yeah.
E.
I think they got that because I said elevate.
Right, but the initials.
That was his joke. I'll be
I am the man behind the man, so I correct the man.
dude, I have the humor and you don't laugh at my jokes. How are you? How does that help?
Because the man behind the man doesn't laugh. We just correct the man.
That doesn't help me at all, man.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was
Yeah.
speech snapper.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Knee cycle.
Oh, sorry. Shows my age.
What are you gonna say next? Look, whipper stopper.
No,
You just age you saw. I never even heard that word.
Sorry, I am older than you, Christian.
You are. All right, guys. So again, I keep saying goodbye. Goodbye. Signing off. Hasta la pasta. Until the next show. If there is one, because this guy doesn't behave with his
And I live
language.
1/4 mile at a time.
All right. See you guys later. Bye. Felicia's.
Digits on the